how that plays out here on Chapel. We've got business, we've got INI, and I'm so excited to see this.
So I'm actually going to start off following from Matja, who is going to be the engineer. I want to see if he actually goes straight for the plant. Oh, well, I say plant, straight for the repair, or if he's going to try and juke around for a little bit. It looks like he's straight on it, just going mainly for the chip. We've got two people on the
now this
defense.
Is hilarious. Now look,
Wow.
that INI chose not to even go up the balcony stairway, and we got Valk and R-Line just absolutely dumbfounded. Where's INI? And this is exactly how you want to play this. I've been saying this for just, I don't know how long. That balcony is not important.
They are almost
INI getting
suicide,
like
that balcony.
Instant. Yeah, exactly.
That was
INI
a
just
good
getting an
read,
instant
too.
repair with absolutely nothing up against them. That was just absolutely how you want to do it.
I mean, Matcha going right in for that must have realized that, hey, they don't have any artillery at all, no Skyhammers, so there's not a whole lot of pressure I can take as long as I've got a teammate on my side and I'm on the far end of the EV.
And if INI can keep this momentum going...
Yeah, the distance it's got uncontested is kind of ridiculous at this point. We've seen the business guys get wiped out once. We've got Akira Laser out a little bit too early. He's not going to be able to bring that EV all the way down now because he's missed far too much already. And, wow, INI making a really strong first push here on Whitechapel.
Yeah, and although that laser can be trolly, it does very little damage to the EV,
Right.
so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Skyhammer coming
It's
out now.
not
I know
gonna
we do have
see it.
ice on Skyhammer now. It's going to get a good one. They're actually trying to walk it past.
But
Doesn't matter,
unfortunately,
engineers back
they're
on.
already past that critical point. The spawns have shifted, and this is going to be a much easier repair for INI than otherwise.
So the Red Room's getting an awful lot of action, mainly just a distraction from the main road where the EV has been repaired again instantly. Manja's just walking with it. He could probably hide behind there for a few more seconds. Doesn't really matter though. Dives into his death. Puts the EV on the corner. Even if the EV gets stopped now, it's not in the best position for Team Business to actually keep it held. So,
yeah, what INI wants to do right now is almost just suicide push this EV to the corner so they can move the spawn points up.
We've actually got two INI players pushing in from the back
Party and
alley.
Titan.
Yeah, we're going to see a big flank coming in.
Been spotted, but this is going to be nasty damage as soon as that news tightens. Here they come. They're making the push up.
I think Titan may have fired a little bit prematurely. Does actually get both players spotted out, and the push gets wiped instantly because of that.
Yeah, they could have gone a lot better. I think it's just we're consistently seeing these, what looks to be a big flank setup actually just failing every time, so... yeah, my hope is whenever we see a big flank, don't expect too much.
Well, this time the strategy is push it forward, but we had to wait so long for that next airstrike. But there it is. The EV's finally disabled. We have it moved up to the corner a little bit, but this is going to be a little bit easier for INI to get a repair on. We've got Zion still alive for, well, not much longer, and that's going to be a bit of a reset, allowing business to set back up here in the red house, but we'll have to see where they can draw that.
Well, I'm not 100% certain right now, but I believe that little bit of distance they managed to get on the EV then just changed the spawn waves, the spawning position for the defending team. So it's going to be quite a big play, even though it may have only moved a few meters.
Oh geez, Icefell almost completely holding down the red room, but they're going to be able to push up over the balcony with two Sawbones.
Nice nade
Oh
from
geez,
Valk
that's just
there.
going to be knocked down, but not gibbed. He's going to be able to get that revive. Oh, taken
Bitey.
down by
Oh,
Bitey once
Bitey
again,
gets the
and
kill,
his
though.
Sawbones are fortunately close enough to get him back up and going. We got it halfway up. It should be back up here in just a second. We got the line moving forward quite a bit, even as far as the garage, which is a critical point to hold. We're going to have to see where that next airstrike comes from.
Now, based off the timing right now, we would really expect the next stoppage of the EV to be right on that corner where the elevator is. Probably one of the most frustrating and difficult places. But no, they decided to stop the EV early, and I think this could be a mistake because as soon as Match is back up, it can repair that thing, and it's unlikely there's going to be an airstrike ready before they actually reach the end. So maybe a little bit of a premature action from Serious Business.
Yeah, this EV position doesn't really allow business to set up in the garage and get a nice flanking angle on them. You're right, they're going to need to get this repaired quickly, but if they are able to, they can push it forward significantly far before having to worry about any more damage on the EV.
Bitey coming with a big flank. How do they not see him shooting it? I mean, it looked like someone was looking directly at Bitey and just absolutely just forgot he was there in the next second.
Well, Magic was gibbed out, which is going to mean that there is a high likelihood that Icefelt may have his airstrike up now before the EV reaches the elevators. So, what I just said has been kind of nullified. I did expect Magic to be able to get straight up behind that EV and actually get the repair off instantly, but it seems like that little bit of action by Bitey did throw them off a little bit, and has bought business at least another minute or two of a hold here.
Now the critical angle to still hold is still the garage, and it looks like Potty's attempts to throw in some nades and flush it out haven't been successful so far, so they've been delayed here a little bit.
Yeah, interesting to watch Mattjaw try and go push the garage instead of going for the repair, but I think they just want to get a big kill before they try and push this.
Chicken Waffles may as well go in right now and just try to go for a kill. Wiped. All of INI are out, all back up again now, and let's see if they can actually pull something together and actually make one decent attack on this.
Oh jeez, that nade.
Yeah, I think what they need is for Chicken Waffles to get an insta-gib headshot in order for this play to pan out the way they want it to.
Bitey looks like he's been caught out. He has been taken out by Potty, which is going to allow Matcha to get behind the EV and get that repair going. Unfortunately, Potty and Titan did run straight into the garage, and it looks like they took an awful lot of damage, but Zion did come out with the instant revives and actually...
Oh, this airstrike's going to miss.
Oh, it's not going to do anything.
Airstrike is going to miss.
There we go. That meter of mistake by Icefell is going to allow INI to finish off this second objective and then start moving towards getting those EMPs into the building.
Yeah, I mean, worst case, obviously, when you're throwing a panic airstrike, sometimes, you know, you're trying to get it to land right, but, you know, it lands perpendicularly to you, I think, from right to left.
Yes.
So you might as well try and line it up in the path of the EV just in case you're off.
It looks like we got an objective push on the left-hand side here so far. It's been dropped down on the bridge. They're going to be lowering the bridge, in fact, which is a tricky and risky position to play, but you can make a very quick delivery.
Really aggressive here. Suffers from a chicken waffle headshot, though.
Luckily, he was caught out on a very short spawn. I think that's what he was planning, just trying to get a little bit of a foothold. So we're seeing all of business take up positions near the red bus, and then we've got all of INI on the other side, and we're going to have this little bit of a standoff until someone manages to get a pick. So it's really all going to be down to Chicken Waffles on this next spawn to see if he can make anything happen. But Bitey does push in and gets taken out by Titan, and he does get caught out on a long spawn, which is a big mistake by Bitey.
Now, if INI knows this, they're going to try and follow up with some more kills here. There's already one down, and I think they know it. They're getting a big push coming to the rock right now. And
I've only got Icefall on the rock, and he's going to get taken down from behind. Just looking for a bushwhacker.
1 HP. He's not going to get clicked out on a long spawn, is it? No, he does manage to just...
Yeah, Potty was just waiting for him.
So that's the first of the 2 EMPs taken to the building. And now we need to see if INI are going to be able to maintain this grip on this rock. It's a very hard place to hold. And we are going to see an orbital laser come in. Is he going to be able to get that kill? He takes out
perfect place for that
so
kill.
much damage.
Oh my god,
so many
that's
kills.
going to be a full 2
oh my
wipe.
god.
Getting an ace with the laser.
Wow. Boom!
That cannot feel good.
I think that's the best cure positioning I've ever seen on that.
What a way to end the first half for INI. That was just absolutely hilarious to watch.
There we go. Titan, after a few mistakes in the last couple of cups, are just pulling it all out at the very last second of his attacking round on Chapel, getting the 5-man kill, forcing the panic on Business. Business team killing each other left, right and centre at the same time. And there we go. That was a very respectable 8 minutes, well, just short of 8 minutes push on Chapel for INI. And really, I was kind of expecting this to be more business-sided. And right now, Business have got an awful lot of work on their hands to beat a really good time.
I gotta say, teams take note of how INI did that first objective, because so many teams are setting up to heavily cover this, what is this little hallway, stairway on the left side with their medic fragger combo, the point where literally you can just push your medic fragger combo on attack just up the left side and get an instant repair, throw nades over to the balcony. It's almost probably the more effective strategy to use. You just drop a turret to cover in case they try and flank you from that stairwell. So, I mean, really big props to them for finally being the first team to try that and it working so well.
And if the enemy team doesn't have a way to get damage over on the other side of the EV, then that's going to be a very quick objective indeed.
Also, we are actually going to see Vought go up towards that right-hand side that we've just spoke about. Luckily, he hasn't gone in. It looks like he's actually taking positions here and just making sure that that bit's cleared. Titan.
Okay, alright. That's actually pretty decent. I mean, it's a pretty small checklist of places where that Cure Laser is really effective. You're looking for some place where you're not going to be sticking your neck out in the open, but you still want it to be a tight enough space that people really have trouble evading that laser. So far, so good.
So
and yeah, lots of aggression on the EV. This Icefeld is feeling a lot of pressure as engineer.
Well, this is what it's all about, isn't it? Like, so many teams just allow the engineer to slowly repair it in the back and try and just hold up on that left-hand side. But really just holding this build as long as physically possible just prevents your spawns from getting pushed back. And this is all time where they are now ahead of where they, like, where Business were when the shoe was on the other foot. So
exactly, yeah, Business had control of that stairwell balcony with Valk and R-Line, but just the fact that INI was all over the engineer at the objective, they're buying themselves so much more time than Business.
And they really need to walk it forward because Icefeld caught a really long spawn there. So fortunately, it's going to be a fairly clear area by the time he's able to get back in there and get the repair. But kind of a nasty thing to lose a minute on.
Yeah,
so there we go.
So.
It has finally been repaired.
And we're going to see an instant airstrike on it. And this airstrike is going to hit. It's probably not going to fully disable, but it's going to do quite a bit of damage.
So close.
Just a sliver of health.
A single Fragger's grenade will be able to finish this off right now. But what I want to quickly point out is what we was talking about this right-hand side from the attacker's spawn. What we noticed is that INI also ignored that same area on defenders as well. Just completely left it blank. It's not worth fighting over, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it really contributes nothing to the objective. So, I mean, worst case, if you want to keep them from pushing across the bridge and getting around you, but yeah, I mean, there's no real point in trying to hold that the entire time.
So, apart from a little bit of a bad start, it looks like we are starting to get back towards a decent time right now. They managed to move this quite quickly. Icefeld really scary repair, but it does get taken out by Potty.
His body actually ragdolled in, like, around the corner into INI so they could get the insta-give there.
That does
happen. The physics are in INI's favor right now.
Bridge, that happens. But yeah, this is a really nasty spot to have the EV taken down. You can see that INI can set up a defensive position on both sides of the street, hold down the yellow ammo room, and completely control the entire street itself.
Right now, it's not looking very good for Business. We've got Chicken Waffles just being able to rain down them odd sniper
did we lose a player? We lost a player.
It was getting aggressive, and I sense rage, please, because Chicken Waffles has got 3 people in his crosshairs right now. a big, long line of people. Honestly, he's got a pip of health left, 13, and we're talking about a Fragger and an engineer here, who are more than likely going to rip his face off, but I do understand how frustrating it can be to be paused in these really awkward positions.
Yeah, we do have an I9 medic actually directly behind Icefeld, so whatever Chicken does, hopefully that medic can capitalize on it. But I do gotta say, it's in a perfect position for INI. They did get just incredibly aggressive there. It looked like they were coming out in frags for a while, but then got a little cut off at the end. If they want to really buy the time that they need to guarantee this best of one, they should just, you know, play it a little bit more calmly and collectively. They definitely put up a much better hold on the first part, but you know, mistakes that are made can result in an uncontested EV push, and you definitely don't want that to happen, especially if you've got the advantage from the get-go.
It's amazing how quick that EV really does move. Like, when you're actually playing the game, it feels like it's really slow, but honestly, 1 or 2 bad spawn waves or bad deaths on the defender side, and that EV is going to be completed almost instantly. I think it takes around 1 minute and 20 seconds to do the full EV run from this corner, so it's not long at all. Not many mistakes can be made.
Yeah, I have a question. Does the EV move faster with more people? Because I know it used to, and then I know it didn't, then I know it used to again, so I'm just curious. Is that still a thing? Okay.
It does. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It does on Bridge, it doesn't on Whitechapel.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that its stacking in speed is still a little bit of a bug, because we know from playing previously in the closed betas and stuff that it was removed that as a feature, but we also had a different version of Bridge at the time, so it looks like this version of Bridge may not have had that addressed yet, or Whitechapel may end up getting it back. We don't know. But anyway,
look at this frag mix-up that's being pushed out against INI here. They spent pretty much a whole spawn wave not really even getting to look at the EV. They had to fight taken to that.
Well, Icefeld finally's got it repaired, but it's
another airstrike, and
hit from both.
It's gonna hit.
Perfect.
Wow.
There we go. That is so frustrating. A couple of bullets from any weapon right now is going to be able to take that down. And I just want to quickly point out, because we know this is going to get... Oh, wait, is it? Biting managing to make some movements. INI just seem to be ignoring it. They're all there, ready to do it.
Well, we've got Potty and Titan here just completely unaware of the situation. What's happening? Potty's just walking this thing like his dog.
Titan finally goes and actually puts a few bullets on it and does shoot it, but God, that's traveled a good 20 or 30 feet further than what it had to.
And here comes Ice for the repair. He's going to be clearing the space a little bit there, but there's Potty with a great flank maneuver. That red room is entirely taken over by INI right now, and they've got a great position to hold down the back end of the EV.
Yeah, and you really...
That said, Volk is sneaking up from behind. He's going to be able to take out Zion. Hopefully, I'd say he's going to. But no, it looks like a couple of fluff shots has allowed both of them players to escape with their lives, but they have lost the position. Chicken Waffles does get taken down, so does Titan. Volk is on a little bit of a spree right now. He's cooking a grenade. He's going to be able to make anything count. No, it
And I gotta say,
everybody.
right now, Potty's just... What seems like over-aggression is actually paying off incredibly well. He's just delaying those engineers from moving it for so long. And I mean, really, you want to prevent them from getting those easy repairs as often as possible. Even if it means suiciding, killing the engineer, giving him out. You buy yourself so much time.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
True story, though. My favorite part of any enemy territory game is just dodging around bullets while trying to repair the EV or tank. This is so much fun.
Chicken
well,
Waffles
got a bad spawn, and Chicken Waffles gets a full spawn, so they have to get a disable
Volk is on
and be able to
fire
hold
right
it
now.
pretty soon.
Oh, this airstrike. They're going to be able to move it pretty
Double
quick, but it's
airstrike?
kind of wow.
Was
really?
that 2 INI airstrikes?
Yeah, you're right. Titan and Potty.
Yeah, they should have saved one of those.
And it's going to come back up very quickly.
Volk is on around an 8 or a 9-man spree right now. Make that 10. Wow, Volk is just making it work. I think he's out of ammo. Does get his head picked off by Chicken Waffles. The EV is finished. There's 2 minutes left. We have seen this objective done in 50 seconds. It is still all to play for right now. And honestly, INI are not in the best position. If they keep getting pushed in forward right now, if they don't back off fast, which
they're
it looks
in
like
a good
they are
position
going
depending
to.
on how the intel from Bitey and crew works out.
Yeah, now
I mean,
the pressure's on from business, but now we see Iceful bringing out the Kira, and we're going to see if he can get a Titan laser to the same effect, because they really need to move fast. Timer is
with a
ticking
great
down.
grenade took him down for a decent amount of time. And this must be one of those moments where your heart's pounding in your chest. You've got 1 minute and 20 seconds. You basically need to make this first push count, or you're going to be out of the competition, mate. So,
which is why Bitey and Bocce are just waiting for that perfect moment. But that's 2 players that are going to be down, essentially, waiting for this line to push forward, and they're not going to be all that useful there. Potty getting taken on down. That's 1 brick out of the wall.
They need to go. Is it going to work? Bitey's still alive. Bitey does take out Potty. He manages to get the gib. But Bitey does get...
And Bocce was way too far behind him to prevent that gib.
Oh, they've almost cleared. There's only 2 players from INI left. Then again, the rest have all respawned. And no, there's 50 seconds left on the clock. It is still possible, but it's very unlikely. Come on. Business,
Somebody's got to pick it. Looks like it's going to be Bocce on the first EV here. Or first EMP, rather. And he can't really decide where he wants to go with it. I mean, they're sort of paralyzed with not knowing the best angle to approach here.
Oh, that attack did fail kind of badly, to be honest. And INI have been able to get a really decent hold. It's going to be no longer possible for Team Business to be able to push this in the amount of time required. So we are going to see INI progress and Business leave in the round of 16. And this is not something I was expecting to see today, in all honesty. I was kind of expecting Business to go far.
Get a little more serious.
I think INI is stepping their game up just because of the fact that they, you know, if they didn't win this, they would basically be almost forfeiting their chances of making it into the grand finals. So I think they're in it to win it.
Wow, yeah. But I mean, like, all the INI players played tremendously well. I mean, if you actually look at scores and the points and the kills and deaths between Business and INI, it was neck and neck all the way. Yeah. I think that was one of those matches. I mean, even if you look at the second objective completion time in the first, that was one of them matches which could have gone either way, no matter how many times you play it. This was a very close match, and it's sad to see either team go, to be honest. But yeah, we are going to see INI progress now to the round of 8.
And Valk was making it happen so hard on that last EV objective. I mean, just